Hi, it's Wanda and Paula from Alanda Craft, and we're really excited because our new ScanNCut tool has just arrived. So what we're going to do is take you through some of the features, and we'll do a little bit of a review about our machine.
That's right, this is just going to be a review and a quick overview really, because we'll be going into more detailed tutorials further on. But let's get started.
Okay, so here's our machine. Now we've got the CM900. This is equivalent to the CM650 in America. You can see here it's got the wireless functionality key on the front.
And actually that's a good way of knowing whether you've got the latest version of the Brother ScanNCut, because you will see that there. The older versions won't have that.
That's right. And it has this lovely big screen, which is so much bigger than our other ScanNCut.
Yeah.
Paul, you want to just bring that over?
Yeah.
Look at that. You can see the difference there. It's remarkable, really.
Yeah, it's really,
so
really
we're very happy with the size of the screen. So when you open your Brother ScanNCut, you're going to have a few things in there as well as the machine.
Obviously your cables, that's one thing. And your basic manuals, operating manuals and all that sort of thing. They've got an extensive range of manuals here. Quick setup guides, basic quilting guide, making a quilt. So specific to this now and different to the older models is the Wi-Fi functionality, which is why you've got extra guides here on how to set up the Wi-Fi function. And it's also all available on a disc as well. Here we've got it here in Australia, I'm not sure about other countries. And plus on this disc you've also got the patterns, a list of the patterns that are on the machine.
Because we've got 15 fonts in the machine and over 1,100 designs.
Yeah, so it's pretty good.
What you get is all on that CD. Now you also get a standard mat and a middle tack mat. Now standard mat you get with all of your machines. That's the purple one here. We used to, with our machine, we got a low tack as well, and that's got black and white on the bottom.
Yeah, with our older machine we did, yeah.
But with this one we've got this middle tack mat, and that's this pretty bright pink.
That's right, you don't see these very often, the middle tack.
No. So that's good. It was also included in here, there's the fabric support sheet.
It's the green one, yeah.
Yes, and then some
applique
sheet.
Yeah, that's right.
I keep calling it adhesive, but it's applique sheet.
Yeah. And you get some drawing pens.
Yes, the two fabric pens and some drawing pens.
Yeah, and the blade holder, the holder that goes with that.
Yes.
And then you also obviously get a blade, the standard blade holder and a blade, of course. Yep. And a little pouch to put things in. You've got your spatula to remove things off the mat. The stylus that you can use on the screen, but you can also use your fingers if you want, but if you want to keep it fingerprint free, it's always good to use that.
We try to do that because it makes it very messy otherwise.
Yeah.
So that's the machine part of it, so we'll get on and show you a few more of the features. Now we're going to talk about the Wi-Fi function, but before we do, I've got something I just want to show you. In behind the screen here there's this little doodad that is so handy, because you can put your stylus and your spatula in there, and you won't lose them. You can sit that round on the table while you're working. It can also sit up behind the screen. Okay, so they're there out of the way. Now those of you who have the old machines, you'll know there was nothing like that before, and if you're anything like this, you're always losing your stylus. But you won't do that now. It's here, and you can just...
And it actually stores in there, doesn't it?
The stylus does.
You take that out, you can see there, it's actually stored in there now. So we can actually put that back in.
Yep.
Close the lid, and it's in there all the
so
time
you're
now.
not going to lose your stylus, and of course you'll just put your spatula back in your little accessories bag.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about now the wireless function, and we had no trouble at all setting that up. It was seamless for us, wasn't it? It was very, very good.
Easy.
You will need to know your password for your internet. Just make sure you know that in order for this to work. But if you've got that, pretty much everything else should go smoothly, hopefully.
Really quickly.
I mean, the problem with anything Wi-Fi is that things can go wrong. So I think Brother may have a lot of calls from people just because of that, because the internet connecting and all that sort of thing is always an issue.
But we had no issue at all.
But yeah, for us it was
problems.
seamless. It was just step by step. I mean, you do it through your settings here. We're going to go through tutorials detailing this, but basically, here we go. Here it's under the network option there, but they give you a step by step on what to do. See what WLAN enabled, setup wizard. You just go through that, and that takes you through. So it was really, really very good, and it worked straight away when we first tried it. Okay, so basically with... You're right there.
Just playing.
Having a bit of fun.
Sorry.
Okay, so basically with the Wi-Fi function, what it does is, if you're working online on your computer using the Brother Canvas software, what you can do is when you're working with something, you can transfer that to your machine, okay, via Wi-Fi. So what we'll do is we'll bring in the computer now and we'll just show you exactly how that works.
Okay, so we're using a Mac computer, but the same applies if you're using Windows. Okay, so we have a Christmas tree pattern there in our Brother ScanNCut canvas, and I'm just going to go and press the download key. Now see, it comes up with two options now. It says download to PC or ScanNCut transfer, so I'm going to just press on there, and that is going to wirelessly transfer that pattern to my machine. It says here that I can close this off and it won't affect the transfer in any way. So I'll just close that.
Alright, now we just need to go to our machine now.
Yep, then we go to pattern. And you'll see you've got a wireless transfer icon here. Now it's retrieving that pattern, and there you are. You can see that I have my Christmas tree on my machine. I mean, how easy is that?
That's right.
That's awesome. And all I do now is I can either go straight away here and press OK and go and cut it, or I can save it to the machine by pressing save.
Yep, this is awesome. We really, really love this.
Yes, because we don't usually have the computer so close. We're in another room.
Yeah, we actually have our computers in another room in the office,
So
and the machine's out in the craft room here. So, you know, we have to get the USB,
yes,
you know, pull it out, come over to the machine, put it in. So this is really awesome.
yeah. No,
Now, the one thing you've got to note that is you can only bring over one thing at a time.
Yes.
I would have really liked a bulk feature where you could transfer, say, 10 images over at a time and have it automatically save them. But this will only do one at a time. So you bring in the Christmas tree, you'd either have to cut now or save it manually and save it into the machine. So, but otherwise, it's
still
pretty good.
great
I really,
feature.
really love it.
Exactly. Now another way to transfer files to your Brother ScanNCut is to use the USB cable. Now this isn't included in the pack, so you'll need to buy one.
And as you can see, it's a little bit different than your regular USB cable. This one we got from our printer, so just look for your printer cable and that might be the one that'll work for you.
Yep, so it's got a square end and a USB end. So I'm going to plug the square end into the machine and the USB part into my computer.
And when you do that, what you'll notice is we're on a Mac computer, and you can see there we've got a new folder called Untitled, and it's under Devices. So on a Windows computer, that will be in your My Computer section. So just go to My Computer, and it says in the manual you'll have a removable disk icon in there, so just look for that.
Okay, now this is only a temporary folder, so anything that's transferred into here will only be on there for as long as you've got the cable plugged in. So you need to save your files to your computer or to the ScanNCut.
That's right. So what you can do now is once you've seen that on your screen, now you can transfer files into that folder. So you can do that by transferring from Brother Canvas here. So we've got a file there, we go to download, and you'll get a little pop-up. And the option you want is the one to save to your PC, so that one there. So if you right-click and go download linked file as, and on a Windows that will be save as, and you can see you'll get a pop-up, and you just save it into that folder. Okay, so let's save that one there. And anything you might have on your computer itself, we've got stuff in a downloads folder. So we've got a file there, we can drag that over to the Untitled one as well. And now we've got two in there. So you can put as many as you like in there, but just remember, like we said, as soon as you pull out the cable, they will disappear. So you need them saved somewhere else on your computer. So once you've got them there, now you can go to your machine and you can access them. So you go to pattern, save data, and see now you've got three icons. On the old ScanNCut you only had two, so we've got a third one now. So we go to the computer one, and then they are there. So with these, they're not saved automatically into your machine. You have to actually click on one to save it. So you click on it, go OK, and then save. And to save to the machine, you just click on the icon, that icon up the top there. Okay, so that's saved in the machine's memory. Now what you can also do is you can create shapes on the ScanNCut itself and then save it back to your computer. So what you do there is you go to Pattern, you choose a shape, and you go OK, set, and then you can go save. So if you click save, see how there now you get all these options. So you can actually save it to directly back to ScanNCut canvas. You can save it to a USB, and you can save it to your computer. So we'll do the computer one. There we go, okay. Alright, and then we come back to our computer here, and if we open up Finder, click there, you'll see there, that's the third one there, that's the one we just saved. So you can save, in other words, you can save to and from your computer.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
It
It's
is.
really great. So if you're working on something and you want to make some changes and you've got it into your machine, you can actually then save it back, put it back in ScanNCut even straight away, and it'll and work on it more.
That's right. We'll provide further tutorials on how to do all this, but
Yes.
that's just the basics at the moment. But we think that's great, it's awesome.
Yes. Now, one of the features that we like about this machine is the fact that you can now scan 24 inches. So you can use your 24 by 12 mat to scan the entire distance. So if you've got a pattern that you want to keep in pristine condition and it's larger than 12 by 12, you can now scan that pattern into your Brother ScanNCut and you can cut later on. So here we go, we'll just press scan and scan to cut data. I've got it on monochrome because it's black and white, and I just press scan and it'll take a moment to recognise the pattern and scan it. Okay, so you can see that our pattern has scanned through. I'm going to select the outline icon. Okay, so now it's outlined my pattern. Now I want to just remove that bottom bit from the bottom of the fabric, the mat, because I don't need any of that. So I'll just grab the red arrows and just move them up. Okay, and now it'll process that and then I'll be able to save it. So I just go save. I have my options again, the mat, I can send it straight to the canvas or USB or to my computer, but we're going to save it to the machine. Okay, it's given it a name. Right, so now we just go to our patterns, save data, to our machine, and there we are. So it's all ready for us to cut out either in fabric or in paper. So another excellent feature of the new machine is the fact that it can scan and recognise colour. So with the RGB colour function, you can scan in a complex colour image like this, and it will recognise quite a bit of it. We did a comparison with both machines. Now with our older machine we ran the same design through, and as you can see all those black lines are the ones that the machine has actually recognised. So with colour it doesn't do quite as well as the new machine, which as you can see here has picked up quite a lot of the design. So with this RGB function it's certainly well worthwhile. Now you can also bring in SVG files into your new ScanNCut. I've got some SVG files on my USB stick in the side here. So we'll just go to pattern and save data, USB, and you can see it's retrieving the data and it's recognised them because my leaves are an SVG file. So I'll just click on that now and you can see it's retrieving that data. Okay, it's recognised them. Now there's also an anomaly here that it's brought in, and I have a number of files on here and I haven't as yet managed to work out how to separate them, because normally we'd go up here and we'd be able to select here and separate these out, but as it is it simply moves them all the way around and none of these things function enough to take that out. So if you only want to bring in one file you'll probably have no problems, but it does recognise them nicely.
One final thing that we're going to talk about is the PES functionality for the Brother ScanNCut. Now this has been introduced with this model, the latest model, but you can, if you've got the old CM550, if you have the latest software update, you can also do this as well. So basically what it will do is we'll recognise PES files, but only PES files, and we'll go in and have a look at one first. Pattern, save data. So we've got it on a USB stick on the side here, so we're just accessing it from there, and you can see the PES files show up there, but these will only show up if there's applique material data, the applique material option set on these designs. So Embird, for instance, if you go into Embird and open up a design, there's an option in there where you can set a part of the pattern. Part of the pattern can be set to applique material. There's an actual option in there. And PE Design, which is the Brother software, will also do the same thing. You can set parts of the pattern to an applique material design. So you can see for this angel, it's only this part that is going to be applique. And I can click on there and then cut that out. So you just got to know if your software will do that, and I would think most embroidery softwares would do that. But definitely Embird does it, PE Design does it. So if you don't see anything when you go in here, if you put a PES design in and you don't see anything in here, if it's blank there, that means there's no applique data set for the actual designs, so you won't see anything. See the puppy here? You can see what it's picked up there. So that's what it will cut, is here. So we've only really played around with this for a little while, so we're still getting the hang of it. So when we do, we will actually do a full tutorial on how to do this.
So that's just an overview of the features that the new Brother ScanNCut has. We love the Brother ScanNCut, we loved our old one, and we're certainly going to love our new one. Now, as I say, we haven't done anything in depth on here, so we will be making some mini tutorials over the next few weeks so that you can get a real feel for how to use each of these functions. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more great tutorials.